Hello everyone and welcome back to this Arduino tutorial series. In the previous video we learned how to interface a 4x4 keypad module with Arduino and how to fetch the different characters or key values from the keypad. In this video we are going to create a password protected door lock system in which we have to enter a password. We have to enter a password in the servo motor or the mechanism that will be attached to the motor to the door system that will lock and unlock our door. So here is the simulation part. I will be explaining the coding part later on. So for example, for now the password I have set this to 1 2 3 and 4. Firstly I'm giving a wrong password. For example, say 7 8 9 and 0. It's not showing any response because the password is incorrect, and now the password is 1 2 3 4 and I'm entering the correct password. So 1 2 3 and 4. Here you can see the rotation of the motor for 3 seconds, and then this motor will switch to its original position. So in this way we have to create a system. We have to write the code. This is a simple circuit diagram. I have connected row 1 to 9 and column 4 to 3, and other pin goes in the series. For example, digital 9 8 7 6 5 4 3 and 2. So let's go to the coding part. This is the previously created code in which we have included the keypad module. We have defined the values on particular keys and we have defined the connections. So this is the connection for the keypad. Okay, I'm just writing the key values here. So this is R1, R2, R3 and R4. In the same way, column 1, column 2, column 3 and column 4. These are the pin connections. So here we are initializing our keypad module, and we have created a string type of variable. We have created a string type of variable in which we are collecting the key values from the keypad module. So here we have to define the two another variables here. Firstly, primary password. This is the password that we have to set for our security system. For example, say 1 2 3 and 4. So this is the primary password, and one another variable to create the password using the keypad key value combination. So that will be the secondary password. Secondary password equal to empty. So key value and the secondary password both are empty, and what we have to do is we have initialized the serial communication. Here we are checking if we are getting the key value from the keypad and storing that value in the variable key value, and here we are checking if the length of that particular key value is greater than 0, then we are printing that value on the serial monitor. And here we have to do the concatenation for creating the password. So my secondary password equal to secondary password plus key underscore value. So I have to erase the value of key variable. So here I'm deleting the value from the key value. Now I have to check if the length of my secondary password that I have created using the key values from the using the buttons from the keypad, if secondary password dot length equal to primary underscore password dot length. So this will check if the length of both the password is same or not. If the length is same, then we have to do the comparison if all the characters are same or not. So how we will be doing this? We have to set the if condition here. If secondary password equal to primary password, then what we have to do, we have to write serial dot println access granted, and one another thing, we have to include the servo motor here. So for that I have to include the servo motor library. So servo.h and variable for the servo motor, servo my servo. Okay, and I have added my servo motor to pin number 11, my servo dot attach at pin number 11, and here I have to give the angle, my servo dot right angle 90 degrees, delay for 3 seconds. Okay, and else serial dot println access denied, and if the access is denied, what we have to do at access is denied, we have to clear this secondary password, and we have to set the servo into initial position. So secondary password equal to nothing and my servo dot right 0 degree angle. Let's compile this code and check for the errors. Okay, the compilation part is done. Let's copy this code and check the simulation in Tinkercad. We have to paste that previously copied code over here. That this is a code that we have just created in our Arduino IDE. So let's check the compilation. Motor is its original position. Let's check for the wrong password. 3, 6, 9 and 0. Access denied. Let's check for correct password. 1, 2, 3 and 4. Here you can see the motor is rotating from 0 to 90 degree and then is moving back to its original position after 3 seconds. So this is how we can create a password protected door lock system using a 4x4 keypad module and an Arduino. We saw that our code is working fine, but let's understand the working of the code here again. So firstly, I have included my servo motor library here because I'm controlling my servo motor, and second thing, I'm working with my keypad module. For that I have included this keypad library. I have created a servo motor object for controlling my servo motor. Here I have defined all the key values that I'm having on my keypad. Then I'm mapping these values in the form of a 4x4 array or a 2-dimensional array. Then I'm defining pin for the rows and pin for the columns, to which I have connected my row and columns. Here I'm initializing the keypad module so that it can fetch, it can configure itself according to these pins. Now I have created 3 variables of string type. First is the key value. I have used this key value variable to store all the values that are coming from the keypad module. And primary password is a password that I have set as a lock for my door, and the secondary password is the variable which I'm using to store the different combinations of password that I'm creating in real time by entering or pressing the keys on my keypad module. In the void setup, I have started the serial communication. I have attached my servo motor. I have defined the pin for my servo motor at pin number 11. In the void loop, firstly I'm getting the key value from the keypad, then I'm comparing the length of that particular key value. If it's greater than 0, that means user has pressed any key on the keypad. So what is that key? I'm finding this using the serial.println command, using the serial communication. Then with the help of concatenation, I'm creating multiple combinations. Then as I have created the combination for the first letter or the first character from the keypad, or I have to refresh the value of this key value variable. Okay, now once I have created the multiple combinations, once I have got a combination here, I'm checking that if the length of this combination is equal to length of my password. So combination can be 2 character, combination can be 3 character, combination can be 4 character, but I'm just saying that if this combination is equal to the length of my primary password, that means if primary password and secondary password is having equal number of characters in combination, then we have to check for this authentication if the password is correct or not. Otherwise, if secondary password is having less characters, so there is no need for combination. So that's why I have checked this condition. So if this condition is satisfied, I'm just checking for one another condition. I'm just comparing the 2 password here and nothing else. If secondary password, the combination of n number of characters is equal to, if this combination that we have just created with the keypad module is equal to the combination of my primary password that I have previously set, I'm just displaying a message that access granted, you can enter. I'm rotating my servo motor to 90 degree. I'm waiting for 3 seconds, and in the else part, if the password is incorrect, I'm showing a message that access denied, and in the else part I'm erasing the value of secondary password. This is similar to the phone lock system when we are entering a password or entering a pin in this on mobile phone for unlocking a password. If the password is incorrect, then all the previously entered values got erased from the screen and system asks us to enter a new password. So this is the same thing, and at the end I'm rotating my servo again to 0 degree. So this is the flow of the code. Firstly,